The future of the middle class is under threat, as a silent revolution powered by artificial intelligence is reshaping our economy and widening the chasm between the rich and the poor. In 2024, the four largest tech companies in the United States, at the forefront of AI advancements, collectively earned nearly $268 billion. Both Amazon and Microsoft exceeded analyst estimates for both revenue and profit. Yet, these impressive profits have coincided with the dismissal of hundreds of thousands of workers, many of whom belong to the middle class. Despite reporting better than expected quarterly results, tech giant Microsoft, for example, announced layoffs of approximately 6,000 employees. While artificial intelligence promises significant gains in productivity, efficiency, and cost reduction, the individuals losing these jobs also lose their opportunity for socioeconomic advancement. Major tech companies like Meta, Google, and Amazon have been laying off a staggering number of workers, tens of thousands of people. This elimination of jobs is directly contributing to an increasingly wider gap between the rich and the poor. The digital revolution generates immense wealth for those equipped with the skills and preparation to capitalize on it, but it simultaneously eliminates what economists refer to as middle-skill jobs. In the past, workers held significant bargaining power due to their essential role in production. Today, that power is eroding, facing machines that operate without salaries, demands, or interruptions. So, how exactly is artificial intelligence replacing middle-class careers? The rise of AI has undeniably ushered in a new technological era, promising substantial productivity gains, cost reductions, and transformative efficiencies across all sectors. However, beneath these promises lies a profound economic concern. AI is accelerating a structural shift in the U.S. labor market, one that directly threatens the stability and very existence of the middle class. Historically, the middle class has served as the backbone of the U.S. economy, supported by a broad base of white-collar jobs in sectors like finance, education, and law. Now, the automation of traditional tasks performed by mid-skilled professionals is severely impacting the American middle class. Computer software and industrial machines are increasingly filling roles ranging from clerical tasks to routine manufacturing, positions that once provided middle-class incomes for workers even without college degrees. Concurrently, wealth is becoming increasingly concentrated in a small elite who own these AI companies. While much public attention has centered on how automation threatens blue-collar manufacturing jobs, a quieter, yet equally profound, revolution is unfolding within white-collar sectors. Fields traditionally considered immune to automation, such as law, journalism, and finance, are now seeing AI displace workers. For instance, AI tools are being deployed by law firms to draft legal documents, by newsrooms to generate content, and by corporations to replace customer service agents. A 2024 McKinsey report estimated that between 15% and 30% of working hours in white-collar jobs could be automated by 2030. But what is most alarming is the profound impact on careers that have historically defined the American middle class. Artificial intelligence is advancing at breakneck speed, and the CEO of one prominent AI firm recently warned businesses and politicians not to sugarcoat the impending impact on the workforce. Occupations like teacher, accountant, copywriter, or financial analyst were once seen as stable paths to a life of decent income, benefits, and social mobility. Today, many of these very occupations are under direct threat from AI systems that perform tasks faster, at lower cost, and often with fewer errors. Accounting, for instance, is being fundamentally transformed by platforms that leverage AI to process and audit financial data, significantly reducing the need for human accounting staff. In journalism, media companies like the Associated Press have already adopted automatic article generation for financial and sports coverage. In education, platforms such as Khan Academy and AI-powered tutoring services are beginning to take over parts of the teacher's role, particularly in individualized tutoring. Even in programming, tools like GitHub Copilot are drastically reducing the demand for junior developers by automatically generating complex blocks of code. Crucially, these tools are replacing traditional occupations at an unprecedented pace. What was once a clearly defined career path, progressing from an accounting assistant to a senior accountant, or from a junior reporter to an editor, is now rapidly disappearing. AI not only automates specific tasks, it fundamentally redraws the entire scope of certain jobs. Let's delve into how AI is profoundly transforming the legal industry. Many of these tools are so powerful that major law firms are actively restructuring their entire workflows simply to integrate them. In the legal sector, assistants and paralegals are increasingly being replaced by platforms that not only draft contracts, but also perform sophisticated case law analysis. In finance, analysts are seeing their roles taken over by algorithms capable of scanning and evaluating market trends in real time. In design, new generative tools enable anyone to create professional quality images without prior training, drastically reducing the demand for skilled graphic designers. This wholesale replacement of entire job functions is causing traditional middle-class careers to lose their inherent structural value. It's no longer about mastering a discipline and practicing it for decades. Instead, it demands constant adaptation to a market where technical knowledge can become obsolete within months. As a direct consequence, the stability traditionally offered by these professions, predictable income, health insurance, the ability to purchase a home and educate one's children, is rapidly crumbling. Artificial intelligence is poised to fundamentally reshape our workplaces. This inevitably raises critical questions. What does this mean for my job? Will I still have a job? Will my children have secure careers? Companies are eager to integrate AI into their systems, but are we truly prepared for the societal implications? These transformations not only eliminate existing jobs, but also dramatically alter career trajectories. The middle class can no longer rely on the traditional path of joining a company, starting at the bottom, and climbing the ladder through experience and effort. Crucial entry-level roles, fundamental for skill development and professional growth, are vanishing. And when these lower rungs are erased, upward professional advancement becomes nearly impossible. Corporate behavior already signals that staff reductions are well underway. In 2023 alone, the tech industry laid off over 260,000 workers, with many companies explicitly citing AI efficiencies as a primary reason. In a recent announcement, Meta eliminated approximately 3,600 jobs, representing around 5% of its global workforce. Similarly, financial giants like Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs have implemented AI to automate much of their client-facing work, thereby reducing the need for junior analysts and associates, positions that historically offered a vital pathway into the middle class. The profound impact of artificial intelligence on our day-to-day lives now extends deeply into the world of finance, with firms like Morgan Stanley expanding the use of OpenAI-powered tools within their investment banking and trading divisions. As traditional middle-class jobs vanish, wealth becomes increasingly concentrated in the hands of those who control AI technologies. The major tech companies are uniquely positioned to capitalize on this revolution, accumulating immense market value through their ownership of platforms, algorithms, patents, and vast amounts of data. In stark contrast, the majority of workers face a future of unstable, poorly paid jobs, often devoid of benefits. An analysis by the Economic Policy Institute revealed a troubling trend. Between 1979 and 2022, labor productivity in the United States soared by 64.6%. Yet hourly compensation for the average worker increased by only 17.3%. This widening disconnect has been significantly exacerbated by AI, which empowers companies to extract more value with fewer workers. The result is a system where capital, rather than labor, reaps the lion's share of economic growth benefits. Across advanced economies, income and wealth inequality have surged, nowhere more so than in the U.S., where reliance on free market forces has been strongest. Wealth inequality has now reached historic levels. According to data from the Federal Reserve, the richest 10% of the population owns a staggering 70% of all wealth in the United States. Meanwhile, the middle class, defined as households with incomes between two-thirds and twice the national average, held 62% of the country's wealth in 1980, but by 2023 retained only 43%. This growing disparity carries not only economic, but also profound social and political implications. A weakened middle class possesses less capacity to actively participate in democracy, invest in education, form stable families, or sustain local communities. The widening gap between the rich and the poor profoundly threatens to destabilize the very social contract that has been fundamental to the development of the United States as a prosperous and democratic society.